Welcome, Joseph. We are live in Nairobi.
Happy
Finally,
to be back. Yeah.
18 months later.
Yes.
You're welcome.
That's right.
You being the title sponsor, and I mentioned that without hesitation, has been the greatest encouragement. Have your expectations for Bitcoin Nairobi Conference 2026 been met? How's the fever? How are you feeling?
I mean, so first of all, like the Trezor Academy is the sponsor.
Yes, not you. Of course, Joseph represents Trezor Academy.
Yeah. And I just must say, just super excited that Trezor, the company, the hardware wallet company, is putting up with what I can come up with over the years. And this conference, I've been pushing for it really hard in the company to get the budget for it to become the title sponsor. Okay. Because I felt, and you know that Kenya, Nairobi, and the whole East African region just really deserves its own Bitcoin conference that hopefully would be regular, would be an annual event. Because there are so many amazing developments in the East African Bitcoin space. And these stories need to be told. People need to meet, to interact, to create these partnerships. Western Bitcoiners need to come and understand what it is to live on Bitcoin day to day, using Tando, for example. Yeah. Visit these circular economies like Kibera, Bitcoin Babies. And it's not just Kenya, of course. Uganda, Tanzania, there's just so much happening. So yeah, that's my rant about why I'm so excited about being here, being back here, but not just here, but being at the first Bitcoin Nairobi conference, because I believe we are planting like a really amazing seed here. We're just like putting a fertilizer on the seed that has already been planted by you guys.
I mean, right now, Trezor Academy has, I would say, the biggest education program on the continent. And if you know offhand, how many Trezor educators do you have within the East African region?
I don't have the precise numbers. So I did like a global count recently, and we have run the program once or multiple times in more than 30 countries as of this point. Not just Africa, it's Latin America, India, Caribbean as well. But most of our programs are in Africa. That's, I think, 20 places at this point, not 20 countries, because we, in some countries like South Africa, we run it in multiple communities because it's a large country. So it's like 20 places around Africa. East Africa, let's see, there's you, Quex, Linda, Ronnie, also
Felix.
Wandan in Tanzania. Felix, yeah, he doesn't run the program, but we support his own program. That's like the second pillar of what we do. We run our own Trezor Academy meetups, and we also support like established initiatives like the Core or BTC Dada. Okay. So that's like 5, 6, 7 initiatives and people and educators that we work with in the East African region.
So for someone who does not know much about Trezor Academy, what's the typical structure of the Trezor Academies that are run in these countries?
So the typical structure is I look for a local Bitcoin educator, someone who already like understands Bitcoin, uses it, and is eager to teach his fellow peers about Bitcoin. It needs to be a local. So I don't want to be like traveling around Africa and explaining Bitcoin to people because it wouldn't really connect too much.
They'll probably not hear it as well. So the accent, the word.
Yeah. It's my Czech accent. So I need to find local Bitcoiners who are eager to teach. And when I find these, and there are like plenty of people like that across Africa, then basically the program is already like prepared for them, so they don't need to figure out what's the best way to teach Bitcoin. I think maybe it's not the best way, but it works for now. So we have the curriculum prepared, and the structure of the program is it's 3 physical in-person meetups. Usually it's like 3 weeks in a row, like maybe every Saturday or every Sunday, so that people that work can go there on the weekend. The group usually for the meetups is like 20 to 30 people. And the sessions can be quite intense, up to like 5 or 6 hours. Really depends on the group. Like nobody's forced to be there, but a lot of people basically force the teacher to remain there with them because they're so eager to.
I have personal experience. There's a class that ran for more than 6 hours and people didn't want to leave. We had to be pushed out of a venue.
Yeah.
Now that we have our own venue, maybe we might stretch beyond that.
Yeah.
So Nairobi is the hotspot, I would like to say. It's the hub for East Africa when it comes to Bitcoin adoption. What are your goals, or what do you want to see as an outcome in being the title sponsor for the Bitcoin Nairobi conference, but you're also sponsoring the Kibera walking conference? This is mostly to expose people who have not seen what Bitcoin adoption is to walk around and experience it.
Yeah. So my ambition in supporting all of these activities through Trezor Academy is for individual community leaders to see they're not alone, to understand there's a huge community that can support them, that they can exchange like the best practices with, so that they don't repeat the mistakes of others. The circular economy builders should talk to each other. The educators should talk to each other. Also, like the Western Bitcoiners, there are some people here from the US, from Europe. They should understand what Bitcoin adoption in Africa looks like, because I believe Bitcoin adoption in Africa, in terms of using Bitcoin as a medium of exchange for daily payment, is a blueprint for Europe and the US, like later down the road. Because in the West, Bitcoin is mostly understood as a store of value. We also have inflation, and we also have currency debasement. So that's, but we don't have a problem with payments. But I believe in the future that might be a problem as well. And as people tend to save in Bitcoin and think in Bitcoin, and their kids grow up with Bitcoin, like for the Western parents, they will naturally graduate towards using Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, as an actual day-to-day payment instrument. And I believe the Westerners have a lot to learn from the experience of actually using Bitcoin for payments in Africa, especially East Africa with Tando. So the local Bitcoiners from across the region should just like connect with each other. And that's a huge catalyst for further Bitcoin adoption and community building. And like external Western Bitcoiners basically just need to sit down and listen.
Something I will not forget to highlight is the documentary that Trezor Academy recently put out. It's a very, very nice production. What does it take to actually bring together these educators in terms of finance, in terms of where the money is coming from and what is in for? I know Trezor actually is the owner of Trezor Academy and they fund majority of the activities. But is it checking out in terms of money? Are people demanding devices from the continent?
Oh, in terms of actual sales?
Yes.
You mean? We are seeing some increase in sales in some regions, like South Africa, I believe Kenya as well.
Yeah.
But like the main ambition still of the Trezor Academy, it's a non-profit educational initiative. I believe like the long-term strategic goal is like a brand recognition for Trezor as the hardware wallet company. I don't think other hardware wallet companies are as active as we are in Bitcoin education in general. So I understand it as a very natural, organic, like marketing for the brand, for Trezor, that's done in a like mutually advantageous way.
Yeah.
We are not trying to we're
Extract.
we're not extracting at all. We're just providing like I believe very useful education including like scam prevention, for example,
Yeah.
which is a huge problem everywhere in the world. And in return, if Trezor is recognized across the continent as like a solid brand, as a trusted brand, then that's a win-win for everybody.
I mean, it's working. I don't know how we are in terms of time, but I have one last question for you. You've been to all these conferences across the world. You've experienced the people, you've experienced the food. Why were you waiting 18 months to come back to Nairobi? What's that thing that you have gotten from the Bitcoin Nairobi conference? Today is day one. Of course, I don't expect you to have all the answers, but what is the most interesting personal thing for Joseph now? We are not speaking to the Joseph of Trezor Academy.
Yeah.
Let's speak to Joseph Tetek.
Okay, so I don't know how it's gonna sound, but I love hip hop like since I was like 14 years of age. And the last time I was in Nairobi, I saw this bus. They have like these murals on the buses here. And I saw the bus, and at the back end of the bus was a huge painting of Tupac.
Typical of Nairobi.
Yeah, one. I don't know, maybe like he has some vintage like from Kenya, but and I just really loved it. Like,
so we should.
This is like the personal.
Should we have a Bitcoin Nairobi bus like that with a lot of Bitcoin logos?
Yeah, and I also love, in terms of the region, I love Quex. I love that there's like this connection of music that I love, like hip hop and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I was really stoked when Quex came to our event back in October 25, and he performed like a couple of his songs.
So I was speaking to him. That was his first biggest stage. So thanks to Trezor for giving him that stage.
Yeah, and I just believe like this organic connection of culture that's done from the heart, and Bitcoin, if it's done properly, then it's just so powerful. So that's part of the reason why I love coming back to this region, or it's just my second time here. But I love the people. I love the energy.
We enjoy having you. And if someone is planning to come for Bitcoin Nairobi conference next year, should they expect to see you? Are you coming back? Are you title sponsoring again? Or has it been such a heavy budget? What are your plans as Trezor Academy for the future? What do you want people to do or to know if they're watching this?
Yeah, I definitely hope to be back next year. If this year is a success, I'll definitely push for me to have a sufficient budget for the next year to be in the same position, in the same chair, hopefully. And I mean, people should come here. Like this conference should be thousands of people, similar to what we have at BTC Prague. It was like maybe 8,000 people this year. And but like what's happening here in the region is even more massive than what's happening in Prague or the Central European region. So if this conference happens, or when it happens next year, everybody who's listening should be here and should experience it for themselves.
Last question. How do people find Trezor Academy?
It's very easy. Just search for Trezor Academy on Twitter or X, Instagram. We have our own website as well. It's academy.trezor.io. We are launching the Trezor Academy documentary on YouTube. It's called Seeding Bitcoin. So please look for it and share it if you like it. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you so much. We hope to have you next year again.
Cool. Thank you very much, Brindon.